The Sun Sign News Daily Horoscopes are for information purposes only. The Sun Sign News Daily Horoscopes are not intended to replace professional medical, psychological, legal, or investment advice. It is the intention of the author of the Sun Sign News that the daily horoscopes be used in conjunction with one's own common sense and, if warranted, the advisement of a professional and licensed physician, psychologist, attorney, or investment advisor. Welcome to another edition of the Sun Sign News. Today's horoscopic reading is for Sunday, July 9th, 2023, calculated for sunrise, Eastern Standard Time, and beginning with the sign currently occupied by the Sun, Cancer. Today's stellar influences indicate that, beginning today, the week ahead should be used to wrap up work and profession-related projects in preparation for the new. Keep an eye on your finances during this same period of time, both personal and as it relates to work or business. It would also be wise to check your credit report during this same time. Romantic prospects for your sign look very good today, and if single, a very significant connection could be made today at some public venue. In athletics, this is another day when you could prove to be the star player. Strength, speed, and agility are combined with the potential for a crowd-pleasing performance. Cheers. Leo. Dealing with some massively overly opinionated moron rates high on the list of potential aggravations for the day. In money matters, avoid speculations and major financial decisions during this time, and in dealing with any financial agreements or contracts, double-check your figures so as to ensure that you're not inadvertently misrepresenting something. Romance is not looking too bad, and it appears as though some sort of cultural event or music venue could work for both the single and attached. According to the stars, if involved in sports, your level of performance should prove to be somewhat above average, but you do need to guard against injuries to your head, and that includes sunburn. Virgo. Under today's stellar influences, there is the potential for disagreements with colleagues over matters such as the division of labor or resources. Today, you may be inclined to take on some debt for some strongly desired thing. That could turn out to be a bad idea, as under these stellar influences, debt taken on at this time can be particularly difficult to pay down. Coincidental to the same stellar influence, a friend may hit you up for a loan. Likewise, collecting on this debt may ultimately prove to be difficult to do, or in the worst case, futile. Finally, we're seeing a little potential for the return of passion to your sign's romantic affairs. Try to put the seriousness on hold for today. Based upon today's planetary positions, your sign might struggle in athletic pursuits due to lowered vitality, and if involved in team sports, a lack of opportunity to get your chance to score. Libra. The key word for matters related to your work is diplomacy. It looks as though someone, either a workplace rival or perhaps a client, will challenge you. Use your Libran skills of diplomacy to negotiate a fair settlement of issues. Aside from that, all other career matters look favorable, and if involved in sales or some form of negotiations, you could really make your mark on the world today. In terms of money matters, your money sent should prove to be on mark, and some sort of fated, amazing bargain could be in your path if you're perusing the markets. Tonight, the potential for romance looks really good, and your partner will likely be in the mood for going out to someplace fun and flashy. If single, a connection with a fire sign tonight could really get hot. In sports, you will likely prove to be a very aggressive competitor today with the speed, strength, and agility to back it up. Scorpio. If working or practicing your profession today, the stars suggest today is being best used for cleaning up any nasty little or big jobs that you've been putting off, as well as getting caught up on paperwork and ensuring that legalities and government red tape have all been properly addressed. The stars indicate that you will be armed with good financial sense throughout the day, and securing items for your work or purchasing on behalf of your employer can be considered favorable. Tonight, your sign's romantic prospects are looking a bit humdrum, but if single, some sort of workplace connection looks possible. Just for tonight, keep your expectations a little low. Athletically, the stars say you should be able to make a good show of yourself today, but you do need to guard against injuries, dehydration, and even sunburn. Sagittarius. See, we told you this crap would eventually turn positive, and here it is. Well, at least some of it. If working today, your skills in the management of human resources and your ability to rally successful group efforts will lead you to strike the bullseye. In terms of money matters, sadly, that whole restriction thing still hangs over your sign. Tonight, there is a good chance of some tensions in your love life, but with that comes some great potential for passion. By the stars, if you're involved in sports, while you're not likely to be breaking any records or taking home any trophies, you should nonetheless do well, and especially so if you're involved in team sports. Capricorn. If working today, the prevailing stellar influences should provide you with the opportunity to run things as you know best, rack up one success after another, and score points with your employer or impress the hell out of your clients. Care should be continued when it comes to money matters, as there is still some sort of potential for confusion with your accounts, or perhaps if you order some product or service. Your sign's potential for harmonious romantic interactions lasts throughout the day and late into the evening, and if single and on the hunt, it looks like someone's house party will provide the most target-rich environment. In athletic matters, our analysis of the stars say that there's not much chance of anyone calling you Butterfingers today. What a relief, right? Aquarius. Be careful in work-related matters today, water bearers. It looks like some stresses and strains are possible, all of which is related to miscommunication, the fault of which can originate with either you or the other party. Going over everything twice will likely piss people off, but it can also potentially save you a lot of grief later. Careful, well-considered purchases can be considered safe, especially if these purchases are for home-related goods or services. Speculations can be considered unfavorable. According to the stars, the success or failure of romantic matters rests in your hands, or more accurately stated, in your words. Thus, be as careful with what you don't say as you are with what you do say. If involved in sports, you should be able to keep yourself off the bench today, but beyond that, we don't see your sign being nominated for MVP or anything similar. Remember, this is a temporary condition. Pisces. No matter how great you believe your idea to be, today is not the day for you to buck any sort of policy or procedure in the workplace. Stick to the plan and no fancy stuff. In money matters, you should have a little luck on your side. Listen to that again. Notice we stated little. Don't risk more than you can afford to lose. In matters of romance, it could be another one of those days when you're really up for fun, play, and adventure, but your partner is just not in the mood. Athletically, your sign should be able to get out on the track, court, field, or into the ring, etc., have some fun, score some points, and win some fans. Not too bad, huh? Aries. Whether employed or self-employed, the stars indicate that you could be growing tired of work-related issues, constantly encroaching on your personal or family time. If you've been working on a plan to create a balance here, then today is the first day of the week during which you can possibly create that balance. But ease into this. Today's planetary positions indicate the force of your personality to be very strong, and higher-ups could see you are asserting yourself as a challenge to their authority. Once again, the star's message for your sign is a strong desire to roll the dice and only the smallest chance of gains. Well-researched investments, however, can be considered fortunate. Home and family matters may have the potential to upend plans for romantic engagements. Otherwise, and if single, a get-together at your place could bring a new friend right to your front door, literally. Also, and according to the stars, if you're involved in sports, you'll likely be considered a terror to the competition and a potential fan favorite. Taurus. You know that old saying about stepping on toes as you climb the ladder? Well, if you're sure you haven't left any Taurian hoof marks on anyone's feet, you've got nothing to worry about. Otherwise, and starting today, the week ahead may hold some minor, and we repeat, minor, comeuppances. In terms of personal finances, you should have a clear idea on what you want or want to achieve, as well as an innate knowledge of how to achieve your goals. Romantic prospects are looking good for your sign throughout the day. If single, someone from the past could make contact. Athletically, you should prove to be a strong performer today, but a lack of dexterity could block you from putting in a top performance. Gemini. Starting today, during the week ahead, you may have the opportunity to work out any differences of opinion with colleagues and coworkers. The stars indicate that it is to your advantage to do this at this time. By the way, the same stellar influences suggest a friend could hit you up for a loan today or present a really bad investment idea to you. If you can successfully dodge this bullet today, then you can probably make some strides towards getting what you want materially. Tonight, the potential for romance is looking good, but the potential for the night to end early due to a miscommunication is present. Sorry, Gemini, if involved in sports, we're sticking with fast hands and slow feet for today, too. If you have enjoyed the audio version of the Sun Sign News, we ask that you give us a thumbs up and even subscribe to this channel if you are so inclined. That will help keep us on the air and delivering a daily dose of cynicism and sarcasm wrapped in a supercharged daily sun sign horoscope. And remember, don't blame us.